I'm Christopher Zweig, and today on Thanksgiving, I review some new films, including Disney's latest animated musical, Wish, and Ridley Scott's epic on Napoleon Bonaparte with Joaquin Phoenix in the title role. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Wish, the new Disney animated musical that goes back to the studio's roots with a star that many of its characters have sang and wished upon. It's a combination of CGI and traditional watercolor animation, and even though the story lacks the kind of depth and emotion to make it an instant classic, there's still a good amount of delightfulness to keep Disney fans watching. The story takes place in a kingdom whose King Magnifico, voiced by Chris Pine, has the power to grant wishes, but only ones that are worthy of being granted. Many will wish, only few will come true.
Can't you just give them back instead?
Excuse me?
The wishes you're not going to grant, you could just give them back. Then, I don't know, the people can try to pursue them themselves?
You've completely missed the point. People come here because they know they can't make their own dreams come true. The journey's too hard, it is too unfair. They give their wishes to me, willingly, and I make it so they forget their worries.
You make it so they forget the most beautiful part of themselves. And they don't know what they're missing. But you do. And now I do. It's not fair. My Saba is good. The people of Rosas are good. They deserve more than...
I decide what everyone deserves.
That's Arian, Debose, the Oscar winner for West Side Story, as the main heroine Asha, who makes a wish upon an actual star, which comes to life and spreads some magic on her pet goat Valentino by making him talk. The voice is by Alan Tudyk, who has been the studio's John Ratzenberger since Wreck-It Ralph.
It didn't work. When does the magic happen, huh? I'm talking. I am talking. Ha! Who knew my voice would be this low?
But then the star causes the king to resort to dark magic to harness all its power.
I started this. I have to finish it.
Wish was co-directed by Chris Buck, whose Frozen made my best of 2010s list, whether my loyal readers liked it or not. It has its flaws, but it still works because of the voice work from Debose and Pine, some of the songs, and its bright and colorful animation. The studio wants to remind us on why we love Snow White, Beauty and the Beast, and Frozen, among others, and even though I haven't been indulged by the studio, especially since I disliked Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny and the Marvels, I still have to recommend it for its exuberance and fun. Next up, we have Napoleon, Ridley Scott's 2.5-hour epic about Napoleon Bonaparte, the French general and emperor of France, who is portrayed here by Joaquin Phoenix. Even though he's a few inches taller than the real-life general, he still has magnetism in the role, that kinda makes him a versatile actor.
I'm destined for greatness. Those in power will only see me as a sword.
I suggest you take the throne as king.
Shall we vote?
The film is rated R, which means we get to see him battling countries and trying to impregnate his wife, Josephine, played by Vanessa Kirby.
You are just a tiny little brute that is nothing without me.
Napoleon is Ridley Scott's first directorial film since House of Gucci, which I liked even less than this, but this is an improvement over that because of how graphic it chooses to be, how surprisingly funny it gets, and how consistent it is in presenting this history epic. I can't say everything is accurate because I don't know the whole story, and I think we would be better off seeing the director's cut, but still Phoenix delivers another great performance as the general, and Scott directs the film as fresh entertainment, so check it out. Our next movie is Eli Roth's latest horror film, Thanksgiving, which I was dreading when I saw the trailers, but when I saw the actual movie, I was surprised to be entertained by it. It takes place in Plymouth, Massachusetts, you know where the first Thanksgiving began, and begins on a Black Friday sale on Thanksgiving evening, which results in people getting injured or killed, and it continues next year when a man with a John Carver mask goes on a killing spree. The movie's cast includes Patrick Dempsey as the local sheriff and Nell Verlaque as the main girl who is able to dodge the killer at every turn. This basically makes her the film's Sidney Campbell. I can't read all the characters and don't really need to see all the gruesome carnage, but I still found some laughs and thrills inside Thanksgiving. It can be bloody, funny, and consistent when it wants to be. From the opening store riots to John Carver inviting his victims to the dinner table, this is a horror film. It works on both sides of the equation thanks to Roth's filmmaking, so check it out. Next up, Next Goal Wins, Taika Waititi's latest movie that is a real disappointment. It's based on the American Samoa national team who have been labeled the worst soccer team in the world. So they have the Dutch-American coach Tom Rongen, played by Michael Fassbender, as their new coach.
Good news is, you got two options.
Option one, that's where you're currently at.
Or,
American Samoa.
are you serious?
He's at its wit's end with their atrocious playing and finds some new players. The real revelation of the film is Kamana as the transgender Jaya Selua.
Whiskey, beer, wine?
Yep, we got all those. Which one?
Whiskey, beer, and wine.
I did laugh from time to time, but I still don't think Next Goal Wins ranks with Waititi's best films. The screenplay tiptoes with the comedy and pathos, which isn't always balanced. Fassbender, who did a great job this season in The Killer, goes through the motions as the coach, and his story is too cliched for us to really care about. There is no essence in the supporting characters, and there's not much spirits to have us rooting for them, so skip it. And our last movie is Fallen Leaves, a Finnish tragicomedy about two people who lose their jobs and meet at karaoke night and eventually decide to have their first date. Alma Pöysti plays the woman who is referred to her first name as Ansa, while Jussi Vatanen plays the man who is referred to his last name, Halapa.
Mitäs nyt?
Haluaisitko elokuviin?
The romance has issues including Hapalapa losing her number at first and struggling to overcome his alcoholism, while Ansa keeps working to better herself while adopting a stray dog.
Se kieltämättä vähän haittaa.
In Fallen Leaves, the majority of the emotions of the characters is kept within their tones, and both Pöysti and Vatanen are universally excellent. They don't succumb to cliches, but rather try to get through life. The girl has better luck than the boy, and we support both of them along the journey, so check it out. Okay, recapping this week's new movies: thumbs up for Wish, thumbs way up for Napoleon, thumbs up for Thanksgiving, thumbs down for Next Goal Wins, and finally, thumbs way up for Fallen Leaves. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Happy Thanksgiving, stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.